Alright guys, I'm just going to go ahead and go over your warm-up from last class, and then we'll get started with today's materials. So at this point you guys should have all gotten that warm-up back. This is SOL warm-up number 11. This is the one that you completed last class. And as you can see, I gave you the angle pairs, I gave you all the names, and you just had to be able to identify them based on this picture. So, for number 1. Number 1 says, if the measure of angle 2 is 75 degrees, what is the measure of angle 8? Well, this is angle 8. And these two are consecutive exterior, which means they have to add to 180, so angle 8 would have to be 105. So the answer to number 1 would be 105. Number 2, 8 and 4, they are corresponding. Number 3, 3 and 2, they are vertical. Number 4, 5 and 3, they are consecutive interior. Number 5, 7 and 4 are also consecutive interior. Number 6, 2 and 7 are corresponding. Number 7, 1 and 3, they are linear. They form a linear pair. Number 8, 6 and 1 are consecutive exterior, same side of the transversal on the outside. Now number 9, what are the pairs of alternate interior angles? Alternate interior means inside the lines on opposite sides of the transversal, so 3 and 7 is one pair, 4 with 5 is the other pair. If angle 8 is 104 degrees, find the measure of the following angles. Angle 7, these two form a straight line, they add to 180, so this would have to be 76 degrees. And angle 4, that's corresponding, so they have to have the same measure, so this one would also be 104 degrees. And number 11 states to choose all of the angles that are supplementary to 2. Supplementary to 2 means not equal to 2. They are the ones that you add to 2 to get 180. So 1 would work, and 4 would work. There are 2 more, and the 2 that we know are because of the relationship that they have to 4, or the relationship that they have to 1. If it's equal to 1 or equal to 4, that means they're also supplementary to 2, because at this point 2 plus 1 has to equal 180, and angle 2 plus angle 4 has to equal 180. So 5 is another one, and so is 8. Basically, it should kind of form a Z of all the angles that are equal, which means 2 is equal to 3, 7, and 6, but it's supplementary to 1, 4, 5, and 8. All right, the last one says if T is the midpoint of MP and the coordinates of T, negative 6, 5, and P, 2, negative 7, find the coordinates of M. So T is the midpoint of MP, so that means I have M, I have P, and T is in the middle. So those two pieces are equal. So if I know that my middle is at negative 6, 5, and I know my end point is at 2, negative 7, I'm looking for my starting point. So I'm going to work my way backwards to that. To go from 2 to negative 6, I had to subtract 8. So I'm going to subtract 8 again. And that should give you negative 14. To go from, and I'll use a different color so that way you guys can see it a little easier. To go from negative 7 to 5, I have to add 12. Okay? And then to go from 5 back again, I got to add 12 again. So 5 plus 12 is 17. Your answer is that M is equal to negative 14, 17. So, again, you guys all have the links to these, so if it's going a little fast in class, go home, rewatch them, pause them, do whatever it is that you need to do to get your stuff straight. So, We're now gonna go ahead and start on today's notes. So if you do not have a copy of those, please make sure that you do get a copy, and the next video will be going through those.